Hello everybody, welcome to Real Talk. My name is John.
And I'm Jess, and together we are Real Talk San Antonio.
Yes, and we got some exciting topics to discuss today. Starting off with a little bit of interesting knowledge on an item that has just recently released. That begs the question, are we closer and closer to the movie Ready Player One?
Ooh, I like that movie.
It's a great movie. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about the new Apple Vision Pro, kind of some fun facts about it, and what does the future hold.
Ooh, interesting. And then we will follow up with an update for you guys. We gave you the warnings. We told you that there was going to be an end in sight, and it's here.
Yeah.
It's finally happened. New builders have slashed their incentives. They're not all gone yet, but it's a big difference from the end of last year. And so we're going to give you the update on that and where potentially you could find some really good updates or really good
deals.
Yeah.
And also, February is an unexpected nice weather change from January, which is kind of interesting because the Farmer's Almanac predicted that we were going to have a crazy freeze, causing a little bit of a baby panic because of the recent freeze in February, right? But with the weather being so nice, it's time to go outside. So we got some interesting hiking locations in San Antonio for y'all to take advantage of.
All right, we're going to call it the February freshness.
Hey, I like that. Hey, I'm going to make a shirt.
Nice. Do it. And then we'll be at our segment for Accordion Pete.
Finally ending with our Dare on Air. Let's chat.
Well, this is Real Talk San Antonio.
Virtual reality has been a thing for a while, right?
Yeah, definitely. Meta has their little gadget, and I think there's some other ones out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch, and to be honest with you, like I have never been a huge fan of it because it's been wonky, it's been kind of primitive, like just the idea of it, it just feels a little weird.
You just weren't into it.
And then you have all this, like there's like a lot more involved, like you have to have that headset if it doesn't really cover under your eyes. I get dizzy, and then you have like these remotes or whatever. Well,
do you throw up? He might just toss his cookies.
Possibly. But Apple has came out with its new Apple Vision Pro, and it's kind of sick.
Really?
Like it's really, really cool. So there's so many features. We're not going to get into the crazy details on it because there's so much involved. But I did want to talk about how I feel like this is going to be a game changer, not only for technology, but for how we live our lives, right? Because
you think so?
I think so. Because everything is on our phone. Things are tangible. But with this technology, you don't need anything on your hands. It's just on your face.
So it's taking your phone into your face, essentially.
Pretty much, essentially.
So just about everything you can do on your phone, you now are doing with the VR on.
Exactly. So guys, check this out. So there's a feature on there too where, like for example, like let's say I'm clicking something on my phone, I want to hit like an app, right?
Right.
This thing is triggered by your eyes. So you literally just look at what app you want as it's like projected in front of you on the VR, and you can literally like select what you want to do, and just by like a little click of your finger like this, it'll select that app. For scrolling, you just scroll up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. So that's cool, but like, I mean, you can't have it constantly on, right? Because I mean, it's not like, you can be on your phone in the kitchen while you're cooking and doing your stuff and look at your phone and do, cook your food or whatever, but I mean, you can't have that thing on your face while you're cooking or making a sandwich,
well,
right?
That's actually great because that's one of their highlighted features is that you can have it on at all times. I mean, granted, like the battery thing is going to be an issue.
Okay.
But you can literally there's video of people walking like on sidewalks and with it on because you can literally have the screen and everything that you need, but you can see through and actually have like a regular life or conversation with it on.
So there's going to be people walking around just like...
There already is. It's like...
out there playing basketball or...
There already is. Like, I'll show some examples, but there's
like
already
out
people...
in public, come on.
Out in public,
oh, that's
for
gonna be
real.
Weird. Because you remember during COVID, right?
Yeah.
Everybody had their masks on. And like the babies at that time, kind of struggled with some communication issues because they couldn't see people's facial expressions.
Yeah.
They couldn't see the way they use their lips to make certain words and things like that. I wonder if this is going to bring in another kind of hurdle
Yeah.
for development, normal development, because now you're not seeing people's eyes.
Well, that's the thing is like now they have this technology, so it's not see-through. It's like a screen and a screen, but they have an external screen. So if we were talking, it will project my eyes for you.
Shut up.
I swear on everything. It literally like and so it looks like I'm talking to you. Like you can see my eyes,
Yeah.
and it's so sensitive to like how my eyes move that they're literally reacting to it.
So you feel like you're looking through their goggles,
Yeah.
essentially, at the person's actual eyes.
Yes, but it's a
That's
digital.
bizarre.
I know. And then what's even more crazy too is that they have a feature for FaceTime, right? So you know when you regular FaceTime somebody, you
yeah,
like you
you're
see
like,
like yeah.
You're trying to hold that good angle, but then you're like,
it's slowly exactly. So with this, with VR, with the Apple Vision Pro, you literally can have it on your eyes, and then what they see is a digital projection of you, right? So like as you're moving and stuff, it's a digital projection of you having that
Dang,
conversation.
y'all are gonna get CG stolen.
I'm telling you,
Copied,
yeah.
Cloned digitally.
And I mean, it looks a little wonky, but I'm sure it works. But the cool thing about that is you can have
pretty neat.
a conversation with somebody. You can you can see them. And then what's even crazier about this, it's like one thing that I really loved about the Marvel movies was the Iron Man scenes where he's like flicking things up and it's like,
it looks so
yeah, exactly.
technologically awesome.
For this, with
Yeah.
this technology, you literally have that capability. Like you can FaceTime somebody and have them like it's a projection. You can have them in the corner and have a conversation with them, and they're seeing you interact with them, whatever.
Right.
But then you can also multitask and like be doing your other
Oh my
stuff.
god. Okay, so that just makes me think of like I've heard about these students that are now like using ChatGPT to write their papers and stuff. Can you imagine you're having to do a job interview, you have all your damn notes.
That's actually so smart.
You know, you're talking to the doctor, you're Googling how to describe your symptoms better. You know, like so many different ways that you could kind of come across as way more intelligent or, you know, what have you, or even charismatic, right?
True.
I mean, you could really catfish people pretty well with this kind of technology in a way.
In a sense, yeah, but I think too, like, I think with people that do that, you still kind of, you may trick the system for a moment, but I still think you're learning. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, you're still learning some of that information, the dialogue, because you still have to have a persona to be able to still transfer that information.
But do y'all think I'm fun? I'm not in real life. Totally not.
You're fun. You're kind of cool.
My husband's favorite description of me is NFJ, which means no fun, Jess.
Ooh,
Yeah.
not true.
Burn.
Lies and pies. But I really think this technology is going to be a game changer. I'm excited about it because I feel like, so this specific technology is way more advanced than like the Meta and stuff that I've seen, right? It's $500 right now.
Wow.
But just like back in the day, those big screen TVs were $1 billion. Eventually, it's gonna go down. But as of right now,
if they get somebody who's competing with them, competition will help bring down the cost as well.
For sure. As soon as this comes out, like what's already out, but as soon as it gets more comfortable,
more mainstream.
And then right now, it's Apple. So Apple's known to be very what's the word, proprietary with their apps and stuff. Yeah. She's not an Apple fan.
I'm an Android girl.
She's a loser.
I'm an Android.
No, but with it being so proprietary, they only have Apple products in there, right?
I see.
That works smoothly with it. I'm sure eventually, like, I think at the time that I saw a review for it, it didn't have, like, YouTube and Netflix and all that on there just yet that I'm aware of. But you can connect your Apple to it, and then I'm sure you can project your movies and stuff like that through that little platform.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's just so many different things that you can really take advantage of it. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be good. I'm not going to invest in it. Yeah, sounds neat. Like, I'm not going to invest in it at $500.
Yeah.
But I think with I think we're going in this really, really cool track. And then, side note real quickly, did you see that TikTok with Disney's new advanced, like, multi-moving platform?
No.
So this is a quick video of it. But there's literally a platform. And you can stand on it and move. And the platform, like, you're, like, moving on the platform, like, your feet, but you're not moving physically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so like it has like ball bearings on the bottom of it, so
it's like little cubes, huh?
I want to see him run. Come on, let's go, buddy.
So
a number of
So with that technology, if it's married to this new technology,
Holy moly.
I'm telling you guys, Ready Player One, I am down. That would be so sick.
That would be really cool.
That'd be sick. Are you guys excited about this technology? Does it make you like squirmy, like this is a little weird? Let us know down below.
All right, John, you deserve a cookie.
All right.
And I deserve a cookie
Okay.
because we were right.
We were right.
We were right.
We were right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We were right because we warned you guys. We said the new home builders are giving crazy incentives, and everybody thought it was a trap. It was a trick.
Yep.
They were not only doing rate buy downs for you on an already low rate, they were giving you extra money for closing costs, extra money for buying upgrades, and what else?
No, that really about sums it all up.
I mean, it was crazy. It
Crazy.
was crazy amounts of money.
Yeah.
Big cash bonuses, and then the rate buy downs put you at like 2 to 3% lower than the market.
Yeah.
But you know what? People didn't understand that those loans that they were doing at the builders were loans that they had purchased in advance at those rates. So once those are gone, once the inventory of those loan products were gone, they could no longer give those rates. It's not like they were just giving those rates out. Those rates were because they had pre-bought all these loan products for their homes. And now a lot of them are gone.
You know, and what's really interesting is that the incentives, let me just paint that real quick picture, right? So let's say you wanted to buy a brand new home, right?
Yeah.
Typically the standard is your down payment, your closing costs, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
When you walked into new home builder, there was a lot of inventory and not enough buyers. So they were saying like, let's incentivize these buyers to come and take over these homes because we're having to pay for whatever that home. So they were offering, whenever they get the closing costs, that takes away your closing costs. That's saving you money, right?
Right.
It's a big deal. That's like a 3% of that entire house, right?
Yep.
And then let me get your rate buy down. So instead of getting X amount of rate. So now you're saving on your monthly payment, right? And then they would say, let me give you some bonuses. All these upgrades that are on this house that's going to be ready in 30 days, which normally a new build is 6 months if you're building from ground up. This house is already ready, and there's a lot of builders out there that do not do inventory homes. So you can get a custom home like Perry Home or DR Horn Home, whatever, that normally only build from ground up, that are ready in 30 days, and already have upgrades from other individuals who select these upgrades that you're not getting charged for.
Yep.
Right? All that was on the table, and we were telling you guys, hey,
Jump on the train
because that window was so small. There was a small window from January to about the beginning of February, and the reason why that window was so small, just to reiterate, was because we're entering into a buying season. Granted, it's not over, right? It's just
lessened.
It's just lessened.
There's still some really good incentives out there, but it's typically on most homes right now. What we're hearing is that it's an either or. You know, we'll give you the lower rate or we'll give you X amount of dollars to put to whatever.
Yep.
And so that's kind of the situation we're at. But as the market gets hotter, even those are either going to come down or go away.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to need to buy your business from you anymore.
Exactly. And the thing about it is that I know some people, if you want to move forward and you physically can't, cool. But if you're on the fence, this is still an amazing time to take advantage of those incentives because we're still getting deeper and deeper into a buying season. Inventory homes are starting to fly off the market, meaning that it's inevitable. Those are going to change. Those opportunities may no longer be there. And the opportunity for you to get a house that's ready in 30 days, that is turnkey and all that stuff is ready to move in, all that's going to go away.
Yeah. You know, we get a lot of questions about, is it a good time to buy? And, I think you have to shift your perspective. The truth is it a good time to own? And there's never going to be a time when that question is going to be answered with no. It's always a good time to own. It's crucial that we change our perspective about the buying process now and quit waiting for a better market. We only know what's going on now. For all we know, the end of this year could be worse than last year. We don't know. But if conditions are good enough for you to buy and you want to buy, then buy.
And the thing about it is, like, we never know, but with historical data, we can give you an idea. And just while we're saying we were right and we're not trying to brag, it's just because we're here to kind of give you the confidence that you should have whenever you're making those purchases.
Absolutely.
And still, at this moment, it's still very healthy to be confident and say, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and move forward. Let me try to get these properties. Because what's changing even more so than the incentives, even more so than the incentives, is the prices are changing. Literally, in 1 week. 1 week, I took my client to go look at a brand new home, right?
Mm-hmm.
$209,000, I believe, right?
Okay.
We went to go see that property. He was like, you know what, this is our first property. He wanted to wait a little bit. I was like, okay, perfectly fine. Just keep in mind that these things can potentially change, right? Next week, that house went up in price $15,000.
Oh, man.
And it literally went just above his. I mean, there's things we could have done, but in the sense of what he was looking for, it went crawled just above his what he was wanting to spend for, you know?
Gotcha.
So it's just like that above all the incentives. Just to kind of reiterate what you were saying, if you are in a position to buy, guys, we're only seeing prices increase. We're not seeing anything else. Yes, at the end of the year, we don't know what's going to happen literally at the end of the year, but with San Antonio and its history and its predictability of prices going up, I mean, it's a little bit of a
good place to buy. That's what you have to ask yourself. Forget about the whole rest of the U.S.
Yeah.
Is San Antonio a good place to buy? Hell yeah.
Absolutely. But also, just keep in mind, guys, for those who are looking for a pre-owned home, it's a little bit different. Pre-owned homes don't necessarily have that much wiggle room yet in regards to the people just coming in to take advantage of it. So if you have a pre-owned home and it's sitting on the market for a little bit, that still makes sense because it's the amount of inventory that we have and location. There's a lot more variables involved in a pre-owned home. So unfortunately, we're not seeing the same wave in regards to the pre-owned home, but new construction, 100%.
Yeah, the builders do things differently than the typical home seller is doing.
Yeah, and then
two different.
And at the end of the day, people would rather have a brand new spanking home, like brand spanking new home. I always say brand new spanking. That doesn't make any sense. A brand spanking new home. People would 100% rather have that than a pre-owned home. So it makes sense that market is different from the pre-owned home.
Right.
So I just want to make that clear line because for people who are interested in selling their homes, you have to be competitive. You have to make sure that your house is turnkey ready as much as possible, and you have to be ready to potentially negotiate some deals so we can go ahead and get that offer in. So just a heads up because it is a different market. Yeah,
totally different. All right, so question for you: are you ready to buy a brand newly built home? Let us know down below. We'll help you out.
Yeah, it is February.
Yes.
The weather is surprisingly nice. Granted, it's cold at night. Blah blah blah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But during the day, it's actually the sun's been out.
Yeah.
It's been raining a little bit, but not too much. I think it's about that time we start going outside just a little bit more.
I think so too, man. I have been jonesing for the hike of a lifetime in the woods, smelling the fresh air, and the cool breeze, warm sunshine.
Yep, absolutely.
I think I need it.
We all need it. Like, especially being the sun, with the actual natural sun, there's so much, actually, like, side note, there's so much health benefits to just being out in the sun.
Vitamin D.
Yup, it's great. So, today, what we're going to bring to you is 9 top picks for hiking opportunities in or near San Antonio. Let's chat. First hike on the list is actually one of the most accessible hikes in regards to this list, at least. Right off of 1604, Eisenhower Park. Have you been there?
No, I have not.
It's actually really cool. I've been there several times, and the hikes are they have different levels, right? They have like your... ignoring me right now? Their hikes, they have variety of different hikes. So yeah, you can just go, they have like a bike lane, they have actual off-road hikes. But they also have some really interesting hikes. You can go just off like the beaten path, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a really good place to hike. And it's not too far, There are other trails that actually are a little more convenient. We'll talk about here in a second. But Eisenhower Park also has these little locations where it's kind of like a treehouse setting where you can get up on top of these little areas and kind of have a nice view of San Antonio. I think that one's definitely worth checking out. Have you guys been to Eisenhower Park? Let us know down below. And next one is
Garner State Park. Good old classic. That one's been around for what, since our children, since our parents were children.
I will say technically forever because it's...
it's been there as long as the whole earth.
But
it wasn't named Garner in the beginning.
What was it called?
I don't know.
Oh, it's just
It was just,
bland.
you know, yeah. Places with trees and water.
Do you have any fond memories of Gardner?
Yeah, just like swimming in the river there and whatnot.
Yeah. I have a lot of memories out there because we used to, back in the day, when our family used to do a bunch of functions, especially with like church and stuff, we used to go out there like as units, and it was
Yeah,
actually really
that's
cool.
true.
We had a bunch of stuff out there, and the hikes were so cool. Going up that little mountain
Yeah.
thing, and they have those signs where it says "Do not enter," but it's like there's a cave. Like how you gonna intrigue me with a cave sign and say
You just
"Do not
told
enter"?
me there's a cave here.
Yeah,
How
it's
can
like,
I not?
here's a treasure, but don't get it. It's like, nah. So we'd always go in there and check it
Yeah.
out, and all. It was so much fun.
Just them covering their butts, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we told you not to go in.
Yeah, there's a
That spider
sign.
bit you.
Yeah,
Now
I do
you're
what I
dead.
want. Yeah, now you're dead. Yeah, so Gardner State Park, I think that's a great one for sure. Another recommendation was Frederick.
Frederick, yeah.
Frederick Wilderness Park. I personally have never been there before,
Mm-hmm.
but
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. It's kind of outside the city a little bit, so it's, I don't know, because of the way that it's wooded, it feels nice and cool in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rocky areas as well.
nice.
And so it just, I don't know, it has a really nice, cool vibe, you know.
Sweet.
And it's a good one, but it is very congested because it's very popular. when people go there. So
got you.
if you want to go out and meet people,
Yeah.
you want to see people, or if you want to be in a place that's well populated so that you feel a little safer, it is definitely a good go-to.
That's actually a good call out. Like if you want, yeah, that'd be safe because
As a
yeah.
woman, like I want to go on hikes, but sometimes I'm like, oh, it's so last minute. Probably I can't get anybody to go with me, and I don't really know if I should risk going out on my own. You know?
Makes sense. That makes sense.
So.
Yeah. I like that.
But speaking of which, you know, there are some really good groups in San Antonio that are, you know, pretty much strangers that all go hiking together.
Yeah,
So,
there are. So like
there's a lot.
even like with Facebook groups and all that stuff, but there's a lot. Like definitely look it up because especially if you want to do something, mingle. It's a lot safer.
Yeah.
Safer. What is it? It's the safer in numbers or something. Like
Yeah, safety in numbers.
that? Safety in numbers.
And next on the list is Crown Ridge Canyon. Now, this one is a little less known. It is a lot like Frederick's, but without the traffic. So
That's cool. I've never been there before, but
Me
I
neither.
mean, if these are all actually recommended because they have an area with a view, so that's kind of. Next on the list is actually one of the most, I guess, common that I hear about, which is Government Canyon Trails. But I've never been there before, so
you've never been there?
I've never been there. Never in me
We're
vida.
going tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah, I'm down. That'd
Yeah,
be real
let's go.
cool.
So, I live down the street from Government Canyon. So, if y'all are going, you better call me. I'll go meet you. I have a pass.
Yes.
Anyhow, it has 40 miles of trails.
That is gnarly.
It is amazing. So, if you don't know, this is where the dinosaur tracks are.
I was
in
about to
San
say that.
Antonio.
I heard that there are dinosaur tracks
Yeah,
over
so
there.
they're like
Yeah.
110 million bajillion years. And it's funny, you can go look on my social media because a few months ago we went with my kids. We're going to go see the dinosaur tracks. Oh, fun. It's like 2 miles there and 2 miles back.
Yeah.
But I was using Google to navigate, and we took a left, and that took us to a ridge above the stinking tracks, so we could literally see them. But it's like
Yeah, you can't get some.
100 and something foot drop. So it was like, get back, kids.
Oh,
And
man.
then they're like crying, are we going to see the tracks? So we had to like
Yeah, jump.
backtrack and then go all the way back around. So it took us like an extra hour. So it was a total of 5 hours we're hiking with
Ooh.
little ones, 3-year-old and 7-year-old.
That's rough.
It was horrible for all
Yeah.
of us. We were like really beat up by the end. It was like, we're not doing anything else today.
So if you are trying to see the tracks and you find yourself going up, go down.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I really want to go there. Like I it's literally right there, but I have not
beautiful.
been. Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
The next one is one of my absolute favorites, and I actually hold it near and dear to my heart because several years ago, and actually, let me tell you what it is. Enchanted Rock, guys.
Oh,
Over there by Fredericksburg, Texas.
love it.
Man, I literally back in the day, this wasn't as popular. So what we would do is I would get like on Facebook, Foodbook.
On food.
On Foodbook. On Facebook, I'd send an invite to all my friends. We meet up at the Palladium, right?
Okay.
And then we go as a group, and we go like 8 in the morning. We hike. We have a
Nice.
blast, and then afterward we go to Fredericksburg and just drink a beer, have some burger or whatever, just celebrate together. It was the best. We did several of those, but then it got super popular, and now you have to reserve like 20
I was
million.
gonna say that like
Yeah.
way in advance. You
Way
have
in
to plan.
advance, yeah. Which is, I mean, good for them. They're making their money. They're preserving the park and stuff like
Yeah.
that, or the state park. But it's just, it was annoying because one time we didn't know that we got the group together. We went out and we couldn't even.
And
go
they're
in.
like, nope, no entry.
Like, screw it, let's go to a winery, and then we didn't make the best out of it.
Yeah.
But this place is absolutely beautiful because you do have different opportunities to go in. You can make it very challenging, semi-challenging, which I think semi-challenging is still pretty good.
Yeah.
But what makes it enchanted is that it's just like a big old bowl. It's like a big old ball guy
At
sticking
least
out
that's
there.
what you think until you're actually climbing it, because then you're like, oh, there's the top.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the top.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the top. You do that so many times, and
Yeah.
by the 8th time, you think, okay, for sure, this has got to be the top, really.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
So just get used to disappointment or
Yeah.
to continuing the adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Yeah.
stamina.
Yeah, it's fun. So I would strongly recommend it. But if you are going to Enchanted Rock, definitely make sure you make plans ahead. They do have our RV section in there as well, so you can stay the night, which I would recommend. I haven't done, but I actually recommend it because I hear a lot of good things. I'm gonna take my truck and do that. But
Yeah.
make sure you plan ahead. But go 100% do that. It's so fun and it's just really nice.
According to Pete, an average American eats an approximated 35,000 cookies in their lifetime. This is why regular hikes are important, because like each cookie is probably about 100 calories, and what does it take, like 45 minutes to burn 100 calories?
I don't even know.
I think it's something like that, like 45 minutes per 100. So if you're an average American who eats 35,000 cookies, either put them down or get to
Put the cookie
hiking.
down.
Get to hiking, baby.
Last two on the list are actually pretty cool. Los Maples State National Area and the Guadalupe River State Park. I've been to Los Maples and it's a lot of fun. They have a little monkey, like a Stonehenge type of deal, but it's a monkey, and it's you have to hike to it, and it's called like Monkey Rock or something like that. That's actually really cool. I haven't been to the Guadalupe State Park, but I do explore the Guadalupe often, so I can go fish and hang out. So I'm sure that area is pretty
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely. Want us to send you this article? Please let us know. And if you have a favorite hiking spot in San Antonio that wasn't mentioned, please drop it below and share it with us, because man, we want to see them all. And now it's time for our Dare on Air.
It's my turn again. You keep getting the
Yes.
dares. I love it. All right.
I think my eyes bled the last time.
I know, that was perfect.
It was perfect.
Do you know how many times I caught you on camera afterward? You sneaky. Oh!
Ooh.
10.
You have got to do 30 push-ups.
30 push-ups. Easy peasy. Let's go. Easy peasy.
Hold on, we gotta see that face.
I got it. I think I got it.
Good job! Workout completed for the day.
My man boobies are gonna be
Feeling it?
nice and perk-a-lurky. Man, you know
That's a weird statement I've ever heard.
I'm so glad I didn't go work out this morning though, because that was on the list. I'm going a little later. Can you do 30 push-ups back to back like that? Can you?
Hell to the no, man. I cannot. I probably could do like 3.
Hey, that's good. Guys, thank you so much for watching and chatting with us. For those who are live, don't forget every Monday at 11, set your calendar, set your alarm clocks, because we'll be here with you.
All of our talks are Ritza.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stuff that you want to hear about. So be
Ritza.
here. Ritza, all the way.
Bye.
Bye.
Uy, no es nada, es costly.